What's going on? It's Sheev, the boss. What's going on, everybody? I hope you are having a fantastic day. There's some crazy news to talk about. Much love to everybody in the chat. What's up, Star Wars Santa? What is good? My boy Tim and SASON. We got DC Fandom in here and Darth Chaos, the homie, Matt's Lego film. Everybody in here. What's up, guys? And yes, like I said, we have some crazy Star Wars news to talk about. There were some rumors flying around last night, and then we got Star Wars Meg and Star Wars Santa over here talking about them. So, you know, Sheev has to bring it up and give his take and talk about where we could go from here if Mandalorian Season 3 is indeed the end of the show. Let's get into the lair and talk about it. What's going on, guys? So, as I said, apparently Mandalorian Season 3 could be the ending of the show. Now, obviously, there's no confirmation of this, no official reports from anyone at Lucasfilm or Disney, but the other night, Star Wars Only did a live stream where he revealed some big Star Wars news, basically creating the rumor or, having some insiders that have basically informed him that The Mandalorian Season 3 could be the end of the show. Now, as I said, Star Wars Meg covered this in her morning video, and Star Wars Santa indeed talked about it earlier today as well. And honestly, it was pretty shocking news to me. I did not think that The Mandalorian would only be 3 seasons, and if this is true, it is somewhat sad to me. I really have fallen in love with these Mandalorian characters. I think as it is the first live action series we've ever gotten, I really do enjoy this show. It's one of my favorite things that Disney has done with Star Wars since they purchased it from George Lucas. But wow, the end of the show being Season 3 would be very, very big news indeed. Star Wars Santa talked earlier today with MakingStarWars.net, Jason Ward, who I believe has worked with many people in the past that, were a big part of the Star Wars franchise and, putting together these movies and things that we love. And from what Jason Ward had said, basically the lease that they signed for the place that they used the volume was basically like a 4.5-year lease. And from what he had said, it makes sense that after 4.5 years, them shooting 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi show now, and the Book of Boba Fett in this volume, and in this place, that it would make sense based on that 3 seasons of The Mandalorian would be the end of the show, based on this lease. However, it is possible they could renew the lease, and who knows, maybe they can just move the volume other places. They have one in Atlanta, I believe. I think there's one over at Pinewood Studios, which is where the Andor show was being filmed. So there are other volumes out there. It doesn't indicate directly that this does mean the end of the show, but based on that report that Star Wars Only said, the show could end with 3 seasons. Now, another thing Jason Ward had said is that the show could potentially, the original intent of the show was to basically rebuild Mandalore, or have a new Mandalorian leadership in a way. It was supposed to follow Din Djarin, who at the time was nameless to him, and a boy, as he described it. He didn't know that the boy would be a baby Yoda or Grogu, but basically Jason Ward had talked about how Din Djarin was basically supposed to become the Mandalore. And based on the story we've gotten so far, it is very, very possible that Season 3 will give us flashbacks to Din Djarin and, could conclude his story with Grogu through this last season. It's possible now that he is already in the possession of the Darksaber that he could indeed become the Mandalore. I mean, we could see other characters who have a claim to the throne, such as Bo-Katan or Sabine Wren, who have both been handed the Darksaber, and as well as Bo-Katan was the sister of the former Duchess of Mandalore, and then Sabine did win the Darksaber in combat as well. So technically, they both would have a claim to the throne, along with Din Djarin and of course Boba Fett and Omega Fett. Jason is still trying. What's going on here? I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Who owns the volume? Technically Disney does, but I think so. Like, they own all the technology within it, but I think the studio that they have it at or whatever in LA or Burbank or wherever it is not that. Like, apparently they signed a lease for that place. It sounded like it has been the best Star Wars content for sure. But yeah, I do think Din Djarin could become the Mandalore by the end of season 3, even though he has that kind of reluctant leader role. It doesn't seem like he really wants the Darksaber, but he has won it by combat. He beat Moff Gideon for it, and it didn't seem like Bo-Katan wanted to take it from him. I think Bo-Katan sees something in Din, even though he was a foundling, and there's something very like poetic to the story that Din would be this foundling that was just trying to do the right thing in terms of helping Grogu, and now is in the position to become the Mandalore. It's pretty wild to me. I think it would be an awesome story and an awesome way to end the story. You know, if it is season, you know, if season 3 is the ending, that is what I want to see, and it is very, very possible that we will see Pedro Pascal and Din Djarin more in the future still. It doesn't necessarily mean season 3 is going to be the end of his character, as Clone Wars was essentially the Clone Wars through the eyes of Ahsoka, and clearly she's lived quite past the Clone Wars. So who's to say that the Mandalorian will end with Din Djarin's demise or Grogu's or any of that? You know, Star Wars, Dave Filoni wants to make Star Wars hopeful, and it really seems like The Mandalorian is a hopeful show at its core. I think it's possible, again, that these characters will pop up past The Mandalorian, even if Season 3 is the end. And in a way, you know, I've always thought that The Mandalorian will go 5-6 seasons, because I just never wanted it to end, you know. I've grown, like I said, I've grown so attached to these characters, and I truly do love them. But if it does end in 3 seasons and the story that needed to be told ends, like, that's okay with me, and I'm totally looking forward to seeing them in shows like Ahsoka, you know, other potential spin-offs, or, you know, an Ezra or Thrawn show, maybe even. There's a lot of possibilities of seeing these characters in the future, even in future movies. I definitely think at least Grogu would be alive by the time of episode 9, although he would most likely not be a Jedi, I think. How you guys feel about this? Are you okay with 3 seasons of The Mandalorian being the end of the show? Because personally, I still want more. I'm hoping for 4, although I guess Book of Boba Fett is sort of a season 2.5 or season 3 in a way, but I would really like a lot more Mandalorian, even if this is the end of the show. Tim said, always good to see my boy. What up, Ashen? How's it going, Ashhammer? Ashhammer says, yeah, I mean, like, was a reluctant to be a Jedi. I think it's something to do with reluctant people stepping into their role. It definitely is, in a way. I love storylines that have characters like that. They're very honorable and, like, humble in a way. Tim says, I feel like no matter what, or no matter if Mando is going to end, it's not the end of the story. They probably just finished up the Mandalorian story, or the Mandalore story, rather than Din and Grogu's story. Exactly. And I do think, you know, what's up, Nikki? How's it going? What up, Bird Church? I do think that, you know, even if season 3 is the end, there's no way that we're not going to see them in Rangers or these other things. Like, I totally agree with you on that, Tim. And I do, you know, I think for sure Din is going to be the Mandalore by the end of this. I've always kind of thought that, you know, as soon as the Darksaber was shown at the end of season 1, I was like, there's no way Din Djarin is not going to be the next Mandalore, the next leader of the Mandalorians. And, you know, I think a lot of season 3 is probably going to be focused on, like I said, Din's past and them trying to reclaim Mandalore from the remnants of the Empire. And, you know, past this, it could be possible that, you know, Mando isn't even the biggest show in the Mandoverse. We still have Ahsoka, and I think Ahsoka is going to have her post-Mando finding Ezra and, you know, going after Thrawn or finding out what's going on with that. Star Wars Santa had talked about a theory in which he felt that potentially Ezra was helping Thrawn fight against the Yuuzhan Vong. And now I am starting to think, we haven't heard a lot about movies in the future, and I've always felt that this Filoni verse could end up culminating in a big movie event. What's up, Smith Family TV? Perfect timing. So I thought that it could end in a big movie event that is somewhat like the Avengers, and I've talked about this in past live streams. But I definitely think, there's a rumor that a Kevin Feige produced Star Wars movie is going to be coming out. And we know Kevin Feige is one of the greatest producers of all time. He set up the incredible story that led to Infinity War and Endgame. And now in this Spider-Man movie that we're all so excited to see this December. So Kevin Feige could potentially be the one to culminate this Mandoverse. His movie is projected, or supposedly talked about being around 2027. But I will say the 2025 slot movie that we had formerly thought was going to come out that year was supposed to be the J.D. Dillard project. And from what we've heard from the rumor mill recently, it is possible that J.D. Dillard project is now a Disney Plus show that has John Boyega's Finn as the leading role. Now, we've talked about this in a past live stream too, and all of this is honestly starting to add up for me. I think 2025 will now be the new slotted role for this culmination of what we get at the end of the Mandoverse, produced by Kevin Feige and his writer of the Loki series. I can't think of his name right now. Gosh darn it. But I think it's very possible it's going to culminate in that. And although Din Djarin becoming the Mandalore, the leader of the Mandalorians by the end of the season of the Mandalorian, the end of the show, I think, like I said, we're going to see him in the future. It's possible, maybe, like I said, we see the Ahsoka series. She's going to find Ezra. She finds out the Yuuzhan Vong are a serious threat to the galaxy. And maybe the ending movie that we get, produced by Kevin Feige, will be a giant movie that is an Avengers level movie containing Ahsoka, Ezra, Sabine, the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, Grogu at an older point in his life, most likely, potentially Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa. Heck, Han Solo could be in this thing, as we've heard rumors of him being in the Book of Boba. We could see Boba Fett being in this thing. There is literally endless possibilities. We could get so many characters to be in this Kevin Feige Avengers-like movie, and I think it makes perfect sense. And I think at the end of this movie, it is possible we could get the end of the Mandoverse being Din Djarin sacrificing himself for Grogu, and that could lead into Grogu becoming the next Mandalore. What do you guys think of my crazy theory in terms of that Kevin Feige produced movie? What do you think? Does Bo fight Mando though? Eternal Sith? I don't think so. If she wanted to fight Mando, we probably would have seen that at the end of season 2, even if it was, it ended with Luke Skywalker. Like, I don't think she wants to take it from him. She wants to earn it, and she's not about to fight him for it. She might reluctantly help him become Mandalore. Grand Admiral Thrawn, says DC Fandom. I think Thrawn and Ezra both probably got space whaled back to the Ascendancy, and I think Thrawn ended up finding out that the Yuuzhan Vong was a threat. And so Thrawn and Ezra worked together to try and stop the Yuuzhan Vong from destroying the galaxy or something like that, it could be any of these crazy intergalactic species that, are trying to take over kind of thing. Boba turns on Din, Novak says. I don't think so. I think Boba sees something in Din. We have that scene from season 2 of The Mandalorian where Din sees the Razor Crest's ashes and he pulls out the Beskar spear. And in that scene, it almost looks like Boba sees his father in Din. It's like he's looking at a reflection of Jango Fett. And I don't think Boba would ever turn against Din in that way. I think he is very noble and lives by a code. I think, honestly, Boba Fett isn't quite the savage that we initially had thought him to be back in the day. I think there's more to Boba Fett's character. I think he's a deeper character than we expect him to be. Disney wants to copy and paste MCU template to all its properties. Nikki, exactly. And they really do. Why would they not want to take the MCU format that is probably the most successful format in all of movie film history and replicate it with Star Wars? Why would you not want to do that? Are you catching my drift? Like, come on now. Exactly, Nikki, exactly. Ashton says, Mandalorian gonna set up the Mandalore as a powerful army. Book of Boba gonna set up Boba's Hunters Legion, so also powerful army. And then the Avengers style movie is gonna unite them all. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that, Ashhammer. I think maybe Boba becomes part of a crime syndicate or something. But I do think by the end of the Book of Boba Fett, we will get that cameo that we've been hearing about. And this is a rumor too, so if you don't want to hear this, it could potentially spoil some parts of the Book of Boba. But we have rumored that Grogu and Din are going to be showing up in the Book of Boba Fett, which only further adds to the fact that if this is the end of The Mandalorian with Season 3, that we're going to see a lot of cameos of Din Djarin and Grogu in the future. And it's possible we still could get Luke Skywalker now that we have that facial technology, you know. Justin Zlos says they will probably call the show something else after Season 3, kind of how they're doing Book of Boba. They'll just have another name, most of the same characters. Yeah, dude, they could easily make a spin-off series, right? Maybe it'll be The Child, or Grogu. Who knows? But I totally get you, Justin. Plus, Grogu is really the center of The Mandalorian outside of Din's past, so Din and Grogu definitely make The Mandalorian, you know. Ashton says, I don't think Boba would turn on Din. Boba got mad respect for the Mandalorians. Sort of. I don't know if he got mad respect for all of them. Him and Bo wanted to kill each other and whatever. Bo's sidekick, I can't remember her name. Sasha Grey or whatever her name is. Novak CT9906 says, what about Fennec's look at Boba when he wanted to help Din with going after Grogu? Well, we know how Fennec feels about kids. She was trying to nap up Omega, so no Season 4. Instead, we get a movie, says Justin. And then he also said, yeah, that they'll probably call it something else. For sure. Bo and Din become a thing? Rule Mandalore? No. Not even that Bo is like ugly, because I actually like Bo's actress a lot, but I don't see it. If anything, Din's gonna go back for that chick that he almost pulled his helmet off in Season 1 for. Din's a baller though. Come on, Pedro Pascal. Speaking of Pedro Pascal, we actually my good homie Smith Family TV sent me a nice article back from April about Pedro Pascal reportedly signing a new deal for multiple Mandalorian projects, right? So this goes on to say, I'll read you guys this article real quick. We won't pull it up, but it is from We Got This Covered, which is a pretty good source, I think. But yeah, basically it talks about how the most curious aspect of Pedro Pascal's boarding the HBO Last of Us show wasn't the fact that he signed on to the project, but basically the details of his contract and what it meant for The Mandalorian. And basically was just that his Last of Us project was his highest priority. It was a bigger deal for him than Star Wars The Mandalorian, basically. It says the actor linked a first position deal with HBO. In industry terms, that means The Last of Us became his number one priority and took precedence over any of his other films and television commitments, including Disney Plus's smash hit Star Wars The Mandalorian. So if they don't want him to show up on set as in Din Djarin's armor, they've got the contract right to stop it from happening. A less well-known example was the situation between Chris Pratt, Parks and Recreation, and Marvel Studios. Obviously, we know Chris Pratt. Scheduling for the Guardians of the Galaxy overlapping with Parks and Rec's 6th season. And showrunner Mike Schur could have technically blocked Pratt from playing Star-Lord, but a compromise was reached why Andy Dwyer and his London for Season 6 premiere before disappearing for a few episodes, because that's where James Gunn Guardians was shooting. Okay, It goes on to say, however, insider Daniel Rickman is now reporting that Pascal has signed a new deal for multiple projects related to The Mandalorian that will have him showing up all over the small screen Star Wars universe. Taking to his Patreon account, the tipster wrote, Pedro signed a huge deal to be in multiple projects as Mando. If the 45-year-old has in fact agreed to the new contract with Lucasfilm, though, then it's not going to be bear any fruit for a while yet. After The Last of Us starts shooting in Calgary this July, it isn't set to wrap until 11 months later, and HBO's first position status and the distance between the console's adaptation location and the Mandalorian's Californian home, Pascal would need to hit the recording booth with a vengeance between now and then to lend his vocal talents to future Star Wars adventures. Basically, what this means to me is we're going to have a lot more of Din Djarin and the Mandalorian in the future, but Pedro Pascal is most likely going to be the voice more so than anything, kind of like back in Season 1. And what were the rumors that we had for Season 3? That it was going to be more like Season 1, and that Din Djarin, and because of this Last of Us shooting, Pedro Pascal might not actually be in the suit as much and lending his voice more. That's what all of this lends to, and the fact that we're probably going to have these stunt doubles playing Din Djarin in the suit, and then outside of the suit, when he can, Pedro Pascal is going to be doing the voice, which could be the reason that they are ending the show after 3 seasons. And it could be the reason that we're only going to get cameos of Din Djarin going forward. Kind of like with how Robert Downey Jr.'s contract got so expensive that they kind of just had him start cameoing and then killed him off in Endgame because he got paid like $50 million or $70 million or something crazy like that. Like, it's kind of similar to that. It's just the fact that they don't really want Pedro in the suit as much, or he wanted his face to be shown more. And of course we know all about that story with Pedro taking off his helmet and everything. So that's where we're going with this. That's what I've heard. That's what it says, and I think it's very, very true and possible. The Eternal Sith says, how we feeling on that Finn possibly getting his own series? Eternal Sith, I do have a stream already talking about that, but I would honestly be for it. You know, Finn was the character I felt they did the dirtiest in the sequels, and they didn't give him the, you know, what he needed as a character, basically. Like, I didn't feel like they handled his character well. I don't know. And Smith Family TV says, that's the part that makes me feel it's over after Season 3 and gives them all the ability to use him for Ahsoka. And that's totally true, Smith Family TV. I definitely think we're going to see Din Djarin and Grogu in Ahsoka. And again, we've heard he's going to show up in the Book of Boba, which is already a first cameo for the character. He's likely going to be in the Ahsoka show if the Rangers of the New Republic actually ends up becoming the show. I'm sure Din Djarin will probably pop up in that. And then, of course, the last thing he could be signed to is that Kevin Feige produced film. I definitely think that Din Djarin and the end of the Mandoverse is going to conclude with that film, most likely. That's definitely how I'm feeling about it. Tim says to join the Vader's Lair Discord server and puts it up. Definitely make sure, if you guys are interested, to check out our Discord server. We are doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers where we are going to be giving away the 5 Bad Batch Funko Pops to 5 lucky members of the Discord. So if you want to be part of that giveaway, make sure to join the Discord in the pinned chat comment and check it out. And then you will have a chance of winning one of those 5 Bad Batch Funkos at 500 subscribers. While you're at it, make sure to smash the like button for me and subscribe for more awesome Star Wars content. You know that she's got it covered over here. Let's get back into the comments though. Tim says, I love when Sheev punches his mic. Wham! I don't like when I punch my mic. Darth Chaos says he likes to touch his helmet. Yup. Yes, sir, Darth Chaos. Yes, sir. Bird Church says Disney loves a cash cow and Mando is a cash cow. Maybe that's just me hoping they go over 3 seasons. No, you're right though, Birdchurch, and he is totally a cash cow, but that's why I think the Mandoverse will end with this Kevin Feige film. Again, originally I was hoping for 5-6 seasons of The Mandalorian, and that would have made more sense with the 2027 film date that we had for the Kevin Feige film, or the rumored date. But if this J.D. Dillard film is becoming a Finn project on Disney Plus, it's more likely that this Kevin Feige movie would come out in 2025, and that would make more sense with the alignment of the end of the Mandoverse. I think at the most we're gonna get 4 or 5 seasons of Mando if it goes past this 3rd season. But again, from this report and this rumor, it is likely that this could be the end of the Mandalorian. Who knows if they'll do a spin-off show either. Darth Chaos? Yeah, that he does, exactly. What up, Kylie? How you doing? Fourth Wall Break says, I need a Bad Batch Funko. Right? Meow. What the heck? If they make the Finn show, they should name it Ralph. Boner? Interesting. I don't know though. I definitely am looking forward to what we get through the rest of this the Mandalorian in Mando season 3. I guess we're gonna find out probably next December when the show is finally out. Shooting for the Mandalorian season 3 is supposed to start this September, so who really knows if this is going to be the last season? They haven't even started shooting for it. But according to Star Wars Only, it is going to be the last season, so who knows, man. Like, I find it really interesting. I can't wait to see it, probably next December or maybe next fall. I doubt we're gonna get it any sooner than the fall, because I think that we're probably getting Obi-Wan and then the Andor show. I think Obi-Wan might not even come out until May-ish, so maybe even after May. Who knows though? Right now, Book of Boba is obviously scheduled to come out this December, along with that Spider-Man movie. Oh yeah, but Book of Boba is supposed to come out December. We're supposed to get Obi-Wan and Andor sometime next year, which both of those shows are just wrapping, as we've covered in previous live streams. And now Mandalorian is going into shooting, and hopefully after the Mandalorian finishes, they're going to start shooting the Ahsoka show soon after that. And who knows if we'll get any other shows like an Ezra or Thrawn spinoff. We've heard of that we could potentially get an Inquisitor show. I guess all will really be revealed this November when we get that Disney investor call. Apparently we're going to be getting some Star Wars news around then, and I think it's possible we could get more indications of these movies going forward. We could find out what is going on in the Mandoverse and like release dates of Andor, Obi-Wan, Mando 3, Ahsoka show potentially even. I don't think we'll get really trailers for anything this November investor call, except for maybe the Book of Boba. But there is a lot of things that we can find out. Finn Boner. Oh God. With the BOHNRE. Of course. Kylie says, good. I'm so excited for Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga tomorrow. Oh hell yeah. We're definitely going to talk about that tomorrow. Feige confirmed recently Solo won't be in this film. Okay, so Solo won't be in it, but that's one character. we don't need Han Solo to be in the end of it, to be honest. He hasn't been in the show yet. Even if he does come into the Book of Boba, he'll probably just be a character exclusive to the Book of Boba Fett storyline. What up, Star Wars MCU? I guess we had the same thought right there. Yeah, we did it, Tim. What the heck? No, for sure though. I still think we even if we don't get Han Solo, we could get characters like Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka, like that. Honestly, I cannot wait to find out where the Mandoverse goes. I love that they've created this Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau universe. It's so cool, man. Like, it really has been some of the best Star Wars we've had. Hello there, Mando Mike. What's good? How you doing? but I cannot wait to find out what this Kevin Feige movie will actually be. Hopefully we get a release date or just some type of information in the investor call about that, about the Kevin Feige movie. But who knows, man? Who knows? Darth Chaos says, so when will Feige movie take place, time period? Again, we have no information about the Feige movie except who potentially is writing it, that he is producing it, and that originally the release date was projected to be 2027 because the J.D. Dillard film was rumored to be out around 2025. But like I mentioned before, the J.D. Dillard project is now rumored to be the Finn show that we've been hearing about. So it will no longer be a movie, which opens up a slot in 2025 for a Star Wars movie. Star Wars MCU OG just got here. Are you guys hyped for Skwalker Gallery episode? Oh yeah, we so hyped. We hyped for the Gallery episode tonight. If you guys didn't know, we're going to be trying to do a watch party for that Gallery episode tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. We're probably going to start around 11:45, 11:50 Pacific Standard. So make sure you match up them clocks if you're going to be awake for that episode dropping tonight. We're going to be watching it. If not, try to catch us on replay. And we're going to give our thoughts of the Gallery episode after. And we're going to sync it up and watch it alongside with you guys. So come by for that later tonight. Also, What If is dropping tonight for the Marvel show. So maybe if you guys, if the Gallery episode's only like 30 minutes, maybe we'll watch What If afterwards or something too. Why not? Why not? We'll see what happens. Darth Chaos says, it will be dope to see Luke on actual set. Won't it though, dude? I cannot wait to see that tonight. Sounds sheave-tastic. Great. That's great. Let's do it. What time is it there now? I'm in London, or Britain. Is that London, Britain? It looks like the British flag. It's 10:36 a.m. here now. Are you in Australia? Is that what flag that is? I can't tell, to be honest. I'm so American. I think that's Australia. But Mando Mike, if you're in Australia, currently it is 5:40 just about here in Pacific Standard Land. So sync up your clock accordingly. I guess that would be 7 hours from now. So that'll be like, but whenever the Bad Batch dropped for you, that's when I'm gonna be doing it. Dope. Okay, Australia is dope. I want to go there one day. Oh no, says Tim. Yeah, I'm so American. That's just how it is. Hello there, Reefa Man. How are you, my guy? Mando Mike is in tomorrow. Hey, yeah, Mando Mike, how's tomorrow? How's it doing over there? Is it a good day? Should I be looking forward to it? What if, please, says Kylie. Kylie, I might do it. We might do it. We might talk. We'll talk about it in the watch party tonight. So if you guys come by for that Luke Skywalker Gallery episode, we're probably gonna do What If you guys want to come by for that. We'll see. It is good. It's windy today. All right, I will look forward to that. And you know, it's been really hot over here in Pacific Standard Land on Mustafar, of course. You know, so hopefully it's not too hot tomorrow. I would take a windy day, although the wind usually messes with my sinuses. Breaking the multiverse. Talk to us. Oh boy. Oh boy. I cannot wait to see Spider-Man, man. That movie is going to be incredible. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, definitely go check out the trailer. Get ready to see it this December 17th. It's going to be wild time. It's going to be wild. Can't wait for What If tonight, says Reeferman. Heck, we're going to probably talk about Marvel a little more here on the channel, just because I love me some Marvel. Not that Star Wars ain't the greatest thing ever, and we're going to try and stay strictly a Star Wars channel for the most part. But when Marvel is popping, you got to be talking about Spider-Man and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's not hyped for Spider-Man, man? Who is not hyped for it? Breaking the multiverse is lit, though. What's the temperature on Mustafar? Well, usually in the lair, it's like 77 degrees, unfortunately. I would not set it at that temperature, but that is usually what it is inside the lair. But outside right now, that's not where I live. That's definitely not Death Valley. Thank God. It's probably like 82 right now, which is not too bad, but it is like 6 o'clock. I guess, it's 88, and it is 30% humidity. So it's been stupid humid over here in Mustafar lately, and I don't understand why. You would think all the humidity in Mustafar would be dried up, but no, it's humid and hot. Reefer Man Review says Spider-Man does look amazing. Pun intended. That was good, dude. That was good. It does. In terms of the gallery episode tonight, something I think a lot of people are overlooking is the fact that at the start of this episode, we had the Slave One. And I think in the last gallery episode, they showed some of what was going on with the Slave One. But I think with Book of Boba Fett coming out this December, we're probably going to get the start of this episode really giving us some more looks at how they do the technology with the Slave One ship, as that is what it's called. And then of course we're gonna get Mark Hamill's Luke at the end of the episode. I don't think it's gonna be like a 20-30 minute episode just showing us how they brought in Mark Hamill and how it was kept a secret and all these things. I think we're gonna get some of that Book of Boba Fett stuff, especially because they only gave us one other gallery episode for season 2 of The Mandalorian. I think this second Mandalorian gallery episode is probably going to be 45 minutes, an hour, hopefully. We'll see, I guess, tonight. It'll probably be 30 minutes, knowing my luck. But it might be 30 minutes, 45, an hour. And I would love if it was, and if we got a lot of details on how they really put this last episode together, how they created the Darksaber. What could potentially fall out of it. I can't wait to hear Dave Filoni talk about, the goodness of Star Wars, and just hear Dave Filoni speak, man. I freaking love Dave Filoni. But yes, come by tonight for that watch party. We're definitely gonna be checking it out. I definitely think we're gonna see Boba Fett, what's going on with Slave One in there. And of course, we're gonna get Mark Hamill as Luke. It's gonna be lit. The lair is gonna erupt. Oh yeah, it is. What's up, Brian Stone? How are you doing, my guy? Good to see you here. Much love for showing up. I know I usually do these streams hecka late for the East Coasters, so glad I could fit one in at a reasonable time. 23 minutes, says Dark Chaos. What you saying about that? What? All the clouds keeping the humidity and the heat in. Dude, look at these clouds, man. For real. It's been whack. Tim says, feel like they'll have Mark talking for the most part, which I wouldn't mind. Dude, yes. Give me some Mark Hamill talking about playing Luke again. Bruh. I hope we get some Mark Hamill tweets tonight, even though that might be past his bedtime. Dude, for real though. I need to see Jon Favreau talking. I want to see, of course. Oh, dude. I hope we get Peyton Reed in there too. If we don't, we definitely will get Peyton Reed. That'll be cool. I'll be excited to see Peyton Reed. He did Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I thought he did a fantastic job with that movie and the final episode of season 2. Luke, not Jake Skywalker. Yeah, not Luke either. John, Dave, Luke, and Pedro all talking together. Down for it, Darth Chaos. Even if Pedro's not going to be on set as much. DC Fandom said, I think we get a lot of Luke meets Ahsoka in season 3 versus Thrawn. Dude. He said, I think we get a Luke meets versus... Yeah. Please, DC Fandom. I need it. I need it. Please. If we don't get Luke and Ahsoka meeting each other at some point in the Mandoverse, what the heck is all this for? Why is Ahsoka even alive? Take me out, darn it. We need Luke to find out, or we need Ahsoka to find out that Vader was redeemed. We need it. We need her to know, and we need that meeting between the two of them. I definitely think that's going to happen, probably in the Ahsoka show. I definitely think it will happen. Fourth Wall Break says, I think we get a lot of orgasms in that scenario. You're not wrong. Peyton Reed also didn't did everyone's favorite episode with Frog Lady. Yes, he did, and I still think that's a good episode. I like that Frog Lady episode, so I'll defend it for the rest of my life, darn it. Ashhammer says, I need Thrawn. Thrawn? Wow. Do you mean Thrawn now? Because we need some Thrawn for sure. We're definitely getting Thrawn in the Ahsoka show. If not, maybe in Mando Season 3. How wild would that be? Heck, we could even get Thrawn in the Bad Batch Season 2. Woo! That would be sick. I like that episode too, says Tim. Dude, Frog Lady is slept on. She's a beast. She's a beast. I knew your father before is an awkward conversation. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how awkward it would be. You know, Luke Skywalker has been scouring the galaxy trying to figure out some remnants of what was going on with the Jedi, what led to their fall. I think it wouldn't be as awkward as you think. I think Ahsoka would probably cry just knowing that Anakin ended up having kids, and she would definitely cry knowing, or you know, she would be very enlightened to find out that Anakin redeemed himself in the end, and that he, you know, sacrificed himself to protect his child. I think she would, you know, be truly grateful to know that information. I think it needs to happen. It needs to happen at this point. The fact that they brought both of them into Mando Season 2, it has to. You're probably right. Dude, exactly. Do it. Throw that man. I'll throw it. Oh no. What do you think Mark Hamill will say? Oh, yeah, will say to Grogu when he sees him behind the scenes. Oh, he's probably gonna talk to him like he talked to Yoda. Come on now. I don't know. I definitely need a Mark Hamill Luke scene. I hope George was there, man. You know, if they could secretly bring Mark Hamill onto set, why couldn't they bring George on set? That needs to happen. We need to see George Lucas in this episode as well, man. Yeah, because I think George Lucas probably needed to see that episode more than even any of the fans did. DC Fandom says, I low-key think that Ahsoka dies before New Hope. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? DC Fandom. The Mandalorian takes place 6 years, or yeah, 5 to 6 years after episode 6. So Ahsoka's already alive past the New Hope. Plus, at the end of at the end of Rebels, we see Ahsoka with Sabine past episode 6. So I'm sorry, guy. I didn't mean to go that hard on you. But yeah, she could potentially save Luke. It's possible Ahsoka could die at the end of her show or something. Before Force Awakens. That is very possible, since we did hear her voice in Rise of Skywalker. I hope she's alive, but it's not likely she'll be alive at that time, just based on age alone, and that'll be devastating, man. I don't want to see Ahsoka die. It gets confusing. I've seen Rebels too. Yeah, no, I get you. You're good. I didn't mean to go that hard on you. George was on set in season 1. I think he might have been there. That's why I'm saying that, Tim. I really, really hope that George was invited to see that Mark Hamill scene. He would have loved it. He would have friggin' loved it. What's up, Alex James? What's good? How you doing? Yeah, that makes sense. LOL. Sounding crazy for a minute, but yet she has to. What you talking about? How old do Ahsoka live, though? Oh. So from what I've kind of researched. Wait, what are we talking about, Smith Family TV? Let me know. And Mark Hamill was definitely on set. Ahsoka's. So most humanoid species live about the same length of time as humans. Most of the like weirder looking aliens are the ones that live longer. In terms of Ahsoka's species, they live about the same as humans do. She's in her 40s, no? Yeah, Darth Chaos. So it's very interesting because we don't know if when Ezra pulled her into the world of Between Worlds, when she came out. We don't know if she came out in Ezra's time period, if she came out in the exact same time period, like right after the fight with Vader. We don't know how long Ahsoka was technically out of time for. Now, if she is gone from the end of season 2 till season 4, and that amount of time actually passed, it's possible Ahsoka would have missed basically 2 years of aging. So I don't know exactly when Ahsoka was born. We can look it up real quick. I think she's like 14 in the start of Clone Wars, and she's like 17 at the end. Pretty sure. She was born in 36. What? Ha! Okay, that's pretty funny. She was born in 36 BBY, and in 20 BBY she died. That doesn't seem right either. That's definitely not right. It would have been 5 BBY. Wikipedia's wrong. Yeah, no. She technically died on Mortis, and of course she was, saved by Ezra. So she didn't really die, but she is said to be born in 36 BBY, which I don't know if that's accurate either. If 20 BBY is when they had her dead, that's definitely not the truth. Because 19 BBY is when Order 66 happened. Technically, Ahsoka died in season 2, but she didn't really, Ari Kalish. Don't worry. 36. It says Ahsoka was born 36 BBY, which would make her about 41 by the time. Actually, let's say 41 to 42 by the time of the Mandalorian, which would really make her 40 if she didn't age those 2 years she came out of the World Between Worlds. But she'd be anywhere from like 40 to 43 likely around the time of Mando and like Ahsoka. Let's say Ahsoka takes place like a year after Mando or 2 years or something. She'd be no older than 45. Oh gosh, what's going on in the chat? I think it's about 82 years for 12. What's going on now? Jeez. George was on set? All right. So there you go. My insider has just informed us George was on set for the final episode of season 2. So we might see George Lucas himself in this gallery episode. Oh man. How amazing would that be? How amazing would it be to see George Lucas tonight in that gallery episode? You heard it here first. George Lucas was on. Were you talking about season 1? George was on set, or season 2? Because let me know real quick, Smith Family TV. DC Fandom says, I think she dies saving Grogu. Grogu is future of Star Wars, past of Skywalker. Yeah, I think so too. Definitely. We are George, says Darth Chaos. I mean, she seemed turned off by Grogu though. Well, okay, what if she finds out that Anakin redeemed himself, and then she would save Grogu because she believes in him or whatever? It would be super impactful death give by Ahsoka meaningful death. Yeah, that'd be wild. That would be wild. George, Dave, Mark, and John. Oh my gosh. Please forget Pedro Pascal. Those are the 4 I want to see. Please. Yeah. I heard he was on with Mark. Oh, there you have it, people. Breaking news from Vader's lair. George Lucas is reportedly in tonight's episode. I'll stand behind that. If I'm wrong, I'll admit to it next live stream. But I'm pretty certain for a fact from my inside source that George Lucas was on set for the finale of season 2. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild indeed. I did, LOL. Pedro. Dude, yeah. Who needs Pedro when you have Mark, Dave, John, and what's his name? The dude that directed the episode. Screw that. Mark, Dave, John, and George is all I need. It sounds like the Beatles, the second coming of the Beatles. Vader's Lair exclusive, reportedly. Yeah. Yep, that is a Vader's Lair exclusive. I'll stand behind it. I'll probably watch this tomorrow at lunch. Do it. Watch it back. There you go, though. Like I said, from my inside source and the homie Smith Family TV, breaking news: George Lucas was on set for Star Wars The Mandalorian finale, and we could potentially see him in this gallery episode. Please, God. If you guys didn't know, we're going to be doing a watch party for the gallery episode tonight at 11:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So leading directly into it, probably around 11:45. What's up, two Star Wars nerds? But yeah, we're going to be going live with it. And yeah, I'm having a great time with this live stream today. You know, we talked about some crazy things. The end of The Mandalorian potentially being this final season, according to Star Wars Only. Season 3 could be the end of Mando. We kind of talked about it already, so if you are interested, go back and watch the playback. But yeah, there's a lot of things that point to Din Djarin being more of a cameo character going forward. I think the Filoni verse could end with this Kevin Feige produced movie we've been rumored to get, and honestly, I can't wait for it. If this is the end of Mando 3, bring it on and let's make it an awesome season 3. I can't wait to get into this gallery episode and do the watch party with you guys tonight. I think it's awesome. We just talked about how George Lucas could potentially be in the episode, as he was rumored and reported by us that it was potentially that he was on set. I think George Lucas was on the set for this finale episode. We could see him in the gallery episode tonight. I can't wait for it. We're going to get out of here in the next 5 or so minutes. But before we go, ask us any last questions you want to. Hopes 2 Star Wars Nerds is doing good. They are an awesome channel. If you guys haven't checked them out, they do some great content. They love talking about the prequels, and their growth is pretty impressive. They're doing great things over there on the YouTubes. Give me all the smoke. Fourth wall break. Hell yeah. I'll always stand behind the lair. Give me all the exclusives. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, we do have an exclusive insider that we will not reveal at any point, because I like my friends and I want them to have their jobs. Fourth wall break says, Sheev, what's your favorite color? Blue. Blue is my favorite color. Yo, what's up, Proxy? Again, we're going to be getting out of here in the next 5 or so minutes, probably less than that even. So if you have any last questions for me, shoot it. Proxy, you included. Love me some Padme, says Smith Family TV. What does that mean, huh? Are you trying to give me hints, or are you just claiming your love for Padme? Because god damn is Natalie Portman hot. Even my girlfriend sims for Padme, so. Wow, my timing is impeccable. Isn't it, Proxy? Isn't it? What up? Do you play Battlefront 2? I haven't played Battlefront 2 in ages, and I haven't played the OG Battlefront in even longer. I'm very open to getting back into it, though. I've heard some great things about it. Just my love for Natalie, says Smith Family TV. Well, that's alright. You can give us your love all day. Hey! Love the show. Hope all is well, says Endless O. Much love, guy. Thanks for coming by, Endless O. Thank you for the shout out. And shout out to you, my dude. Hope you're doing well as well. Timing is everything, says Ari Kalish. Exactly. And wouldn't a 2025 Kevin Feige produced Avengers-like Star Wars movie capping off the finale of the Mandoverse be impeccable timing? Because I think it would be. It would make sense to me. Anybody play Battlefront 2 on PS4? I have PS5. I think it's compatible. Should be compatible. Join the Discord, DC Fandom. I think you already did, but join the Discord if you want to link up with anybody to play Battlefront 2, I'm sure you can find some people. I might even throw my gamer tag in. So go ahead and do that. And also, if you do join the Discord, we're going to be doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers. The Discord link is pinned to the chat. So if you want to join the Discord and have a chance of winning one of the 5 Bad Batch Funko Pops, at 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing that giveaway. And if you join the Discord, you will have a chance to win. Do you think we will see Andor next year? Oh yes, Endless O. We actually have heard very recently that the Andor show has finished filming. I think Andor and Obi-Wan are definitely going to be 2 of the main highlights of next year, and the Mandalorian season 3 is probably going to cap us off with a bang towards the end of the back half of the year. What's up, my peeps? What up, Rello 2 times? What up, Rello 2 times? 2 times, because you gotta say it twice for Rello. That's my guy. Much love, Rello. Yes, it would. It's time for Sleepy, says Fourth Wall Break. Yeah, dude, go get some Z's if you're gonna be covering that What If show later. Heck, we're gonna be doing the Gallery episode watch party tonight, and we might end up covering What If too. If the Gallery episode's only like 20 or 30 minutes or something, we're definitely going to be getting it. But I definitely think if George Lucas was on set, there's no way this episode isn't like an hour. And to have Dave and George talking in this Gallery episode would mean the world to me. And you guys would probably see Sheev Ball like Star Wars Theory. Cool and bully. And yeah. 2 times. Hell yeah, Rilla. For sure. Once again, before we go, to recap what we talked about today, we talked about Mando season 3 potentially being the end of the show. We talked about, Din Djarin still in the future popping up in shows like, of course, the Book of Boba Fett this December. We could potentially see him in the Ahsoka show. We could see him in Rangers of the New Republic once that show eventually gets back into works, if it is still going to be a show. We talked about that Kevin Feige produced movie that could cap off the Mandoverse. We really have nothing to go on with that, but it is just Sheev speculation. I think it would be really cool to have him do an Avengers like Star Wars movie, because of course that's what Kevin Feige is known for. And then of course tonight we're going to be doing the watch party for the Gallery episode. If you guys did enjoy this live stream, make sure to smash the like button for me. It helps the channel a lot. It'll help me get out there more. It'll help the channel grow, and it just means a lot to Sheev personally. So go ahead and smash the like button for me. And if you did enjoy this stream, we do a lot more content just like it. We're going to be trying to stream as much as we can going forward. We're going to be doing a lot more things in the future. I'm going to be covering the War of the Bounty Hunter comics. I'm going to be trying to bring those to life. I'm spending a lot of time and work on that, so I hope you guys do enjoy that when it does come out. Again, just thank you guys for checking out this live stream. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe and the little bell to get notified every time that we go live or post a video. And thank you guys for heading into the lair tonight. Much love to y'all. Much love to the Simpire. I hope you have a great rest of your days and nights. And I will see you later, hopefully. Much love. May the Force be with you. Oh.